ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਵਾਇਰਸ ਦੇ ਓਮਿਕਰੋਨ ਵੇਰੀਐਂਟ ਦੇ ਉਭਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਯਾਤਰਾ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਨਿਯਮ ਲਾਗੂ ਕੀਤੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਬੇहद ਗੁੰਝਲਦਾਰ ਨੇ, ਜਿਸ ਕਾਰਨ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਿਰਾਸ਼ਾ ਵੱਧ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਯਾਤਰਾਵਾਂ ਯੋਜਨਾਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਮੁੜ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰਨ ਜਾਂ ਬਦਲਣ ਲਈ ਮਜਬੂਰ ਹੋਣਾ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਲੋਕਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਮੰਗ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਯਾਤਰਾ ਨਿਯਮਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ।
I'm kind of confused because there's a lot of things that you have to do.
Basically, the requirement, if you're from, it's quite complicated. I think we're going to have to put up some tools on the website.
This whole thing has been a roller coaster.
Mental health-wise for the team, I'm gonna be honest, it's been quite tough.
The communication that has not been very clear, that's one thing, and also inconsistent.
So if you are coming from any of those 10 countries, you are tested upon arrival wherever you arrive, and you're expected to stay at a hotel wherever you arrive. However, if you're arriving from anywhere else in the world, from Rome, for example, you will be tested if you land in Toronto, and then you'll be allowed to go to Vancouver and quarantine at home for a day or two until your test results are out. We still require fully vaccinated. We only allow US travelers who are fully vaccinated into Canada. And we have random mandatory testing at the border. The US doesn't have mandatory testing at their own.
We're not even sure. We don't even know. They might not even let us on the plane in Cape Town to France if they don't have the facilities set up. So, then we really are stuck here, because I know that we have friends here as well that were booked via Delta. To Atlanta, and Delta is telling them they actually got an email that only US citizens are allowed on that flight. As Canadians, there's no direct flight from anywhere in South Africa. We don't have a choice. We have to go via Europe.
Frankfurt apparently will take Canadians, and it's from what we got from Air France, as long as we double vaccinated, have the PCR test and an antigen test, it sounds like they will let us go to Paris and be in transit. But the problem is, if we get there we can't get a PCR test, then what's the point of being in Paris? Because then we're going to sit in the airport for who knows how long, because we won't be able to leave the airport.
Surely, if I have a PCR test here in Cape Town before I leave, and
come home and
we're vaccinated, we're coming home, we're going to have another test in Toronto. We quarantine, and I believe there's an additional test after 8 days again in Toronto. They're asking to have another test. Is that not enough? By instituting the extra PCR test in transit, that is what's causing, and we on a group, or the group, there's multiple people
like
having the same problem,
all having the same issues.
Surely that should be good enough to have a PCR test and another one when you arrive, and you're quarantining. How much more, the extra PCR in Paris is what? Because another 12 hours have passed. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make logical sense.